Hello, good morning. Take a look at the next continuation problem. So as time-based data, exercise 11.1, problem number 10. So this question was a different one. Here you can see 4-year cycle. That means even number. What was this? Even number. Up to this problem, we solved odd moving averages, but this one was different. So what is the difference? I will tell you. For odd, we created only 4 columns. For this one, for even moving average, it takes 5 columns. You can see here, you can write 1984 and leave a row between the each entry. This is very important. You should leave one row between each data. Otherwise, it will be a big problem. I will tell you why. Okay. So for each entry, you should leave one. It's very important. Okay. Look how I am entering the values. After that, leave one row and write down 1986. So for every time, we should present like this only. Okay. Next, 1986, how much the data was? 39. Next, 1987, 54. Leave one row between values. 88, 70. Maybe it will be a long table. Okay. Keep entire one answer sheet for this type of questions. And a graph paper is also provided in the examination. So try to create graph on the given graph paper in the examination. Otherwise, one off paper or one paper allot for creating graph. So 88, next 89, 87. So keep in your mind that one row will be leaving, should leave one row between each entry. 90, 80, 1990, 105. Next 1990, 100, 1992, 82. And after watching this video, you should practice each problem 2 times. Okay. 1992, 1993, 65. Okay. Then close the table and see here 4 values. Actually, 4 values means remember the odd moving average. In odd moving average, what we are doing? In odd moving average, what we are doing? We are identifying center value. We are identifying center value, and there we are writing the total value and then its average by dividing with 3 for 3 years moving average, dividing with 5 that total for 5 years moving average. 7 they are not asking yet. Mostly 3, 5, and of course 4 sometimes, rarely 6. Okay. So center value is required here. Center value, actually for 4, what is the center value? There is no center value. So that's why we are leaving here every entry one row, like empty row. We are leaving one row in between each entry of the data. Okay. So here, select 4 values. So of course, this one, 2, 3, and 4. Look at top 2 and last 2. What is the middle value? There you should record the total of these values. Got it? Okay. So now 12 plus 25, 37. Next 39, 76 plus 54. It's 130. You should record this 130 here. And next divide this 130 by 4 for entering moving average. So first we will cancel 2 table. So this is 16 2s are, okay, 65 times. And again, if you cancel, it will be 32.5. The last column, I will tell you how to do that. Understood? So if you divide by 4, you are getting this one. Okay. And round the first value. Okay. And then we will move to next sum. Okay. Understood? So for this 130, we will subtract 12. Subtract 12 from 130, it will be 118. And we will select next 4. That means 25, 39, 54, and 70. That means 70 will be added to this. Then how much? 188. So where to record that? Where to record that? That was a big question. So we will select next to 4. Okay. I will show you. We will select next to 4, these two and these two. What was the middle value here? There we are writing this is sum 188. Okay. Any doubt? If you have any doubt, you can use comment section for better understanding. I will mostly try to reply you. Okay. After completing the second value, moving total and moving average, round the next, round the, from top, round the second entry of the data. Next, we will select next to. And for fast calculation, from this 188, we will subtract what was rounded, 25 rounded, no? Subtract it, it will be 163. And we will add the new entry 87. So 163 plus 87 is 250. And this 250 will be entered between these gap, 250. And this was divided by 4, we will get 62.5. And next we will round the 39. Okay. Understood the procedure. And we will repeat it continuously. Select next to and next to, identify the gap between them. Okay. So the previous sum, you can see 250, right? From this 250, we will subtract the rounded value 39. So it will be 211, 211. And we will add a new entry 105 to this. It will be 316. That 316 will be entered here. And if it was divided by 4, it will be 79. Okay. Next, we will round the value 54. Okay. And we will make selection of the next two and the next two because 4 values, right? So top 2, I want to show that using that flower brackets 2, and between the gap also. So the previous sum 316, we will subtract 54 from this. It will be 262 and new entry will be added 100, 362. And it will be divided by 4. What was the sum? 362. And 90.5 is the average. And we will repeat the same procedure again and again. So after completing the moving total and moving average, round the top value and select the 4 values, next 4 values, identify the gap between them and see the total 362. From this 362, we will subtract the rounded number 70. 292 is the sum, and we will add the latest entry 82. So it is 374. 374. And what was the average? 93.5. And we will round the number, top number. We'll repeat the same procedure again and again. Okay. Select the next two and the next two. I think this is the last entry. And from the previous total, 374, we'll subtract the round number 87. It will be, of course, 287. And we will include 65 to this. The sum is 352 and average is 88. Okay. Next, we will round. Okay, that's all right. Understood. Next, so it's over. Look at the top 2 values left and down 2 values left. Okay. And see how I'm filling the last column. Last column means, of course, it is here in the last column. You have to observe that. Take a look at the last 2. Select these 2 numbers and find out the average. Average means, where to enter that between them. Between them, you should enter the average. Okay. So what I am doing here, 32, look where I am doing the procedure. Okay. So I will create columns for better understanding. So where I am entering this one, between them, there is a row gap between them, right? You can see that. So there you should add the two values by 2. Always by 2 for this model. Last column will be same for every problem. It is 32.5 plus 47, 79.5, and it will be divided by 2, 39.75. Understood this one? And next, round this number and select the next 2 and do the same procedure. Next 2 values, select two values for each number, each time. So check 47 plus 62.5, 109.5 divided by 2, 54.75. Here you should enter that, 54.75. Next, round the value and select the next 2. And keep in your mind that averages should be entered between the values. Next average is 62.5 plus 79 and divided by 2, 70.75. 70.75. So round the next value, select the next 2. 79 plus 90.5. 79 plus 90.5 divided by 2, 84.75. 84.75. Next, round the next number. Select the next 2. 90.5 plus 93.5. It will be 184 divided by 2 is 92 exactly. So here you can see in the last column also, there will be a gap between the values. Each entry, 39.75 it is. So see the gap, right? So round the next number and here select the next 2. 93.5 plus 88. So 181.5 by 2, 90.75. So this is the table created, right? So assuming 4 years moving cycle, calculate the trend method moving average from the following data. Okay. Is not mentioning any graph in this question, but still we have to create a graph for this. So look at the values, how many entries we have to do. 1984, 3 to 5, again 3 to 5. 10 values on x-axis. 10 values on x-axis and y values 100, 65, 82, 87, 70, 54, 25 and 12. 5 variation we will take for this. So try to create a long values, draw neatly, where on x-axis, take the first column values, 1984 it starts, 1984, 85, 1986, 1987, 1988, 1989, 1990, 1991, 1992, 93 is also there. And take 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80. Of course, it is 105 is there. What should we do? Okay, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100, 105. So draw up to this line. So my graph was not neatly maintained. 90, 95, 100, and 105. Okay. So 1984. So second column will be marked 12 it is. 12, 25, 39. 12, 25, 39. Smoothly join with scale. Should use scale for this. 54, 70, 87. 54, 70, 87, 105, 100, 105, 100, 82, 65. So this is the original data. So mark here like this, write down original data. And the trend line will be the last column, this column. Trend line will be the last column, okay? So 39.75 0.75, it will be taken for this column, right? This was in this row. So for 1986, mark 39.75. 1986 here, 39.75. Of course, very close to this one. Okay, I will select the next color. Next, after that, 87, 54.75. 54.75, very close to this one. And you should join this with dotted line. This is what called a trend line. You can use pencil for creating trend line in the examination. Okay. And next value, 70.75, 70.75, 88. Yes, of course, it will cut the graph original data also. Okay. It is moving that side, top side, down side, everywhere. There is no restrictions for this trend line and original data. They will often intersect and lying between each other or whatever. So through values, it matters. Okay. 84.75 next. Next value, 84.75. Next 92. Next 90.75. So write down this is trend line. And of course, you can understood this question clearly. There is still any doubt in this problem, you can also use comment section